14, 15, 16, 17. I wanna then
Okay,
14, 15, 16,
this
17.
game I played with Steve.
If I didn't buy.
I think this is also a definition of good play, because really he was so stingy. I really forgotten how started up the opening and how it all reached to this part. All that I can remember, I think this was some 1 month ago. I had to play this game. So it was my turn to play. I played this move, attacking his queen. He thought long and hard to say the game was finishing on c8 if I double my rooks and checkmate him on c8. Well, he played a6, queen a6. I still doubled my rooks with the aim to say if I play here, it takes, but such liquidation was just an added advantage to him. This was an added advantage to him because that means king was taking bishop and I was actually overpowered here. Yeah, even when I get the pawn, but yeah, it's still, yeah. This was actually game over. But he was so stingy. I'll put it back where it was. So stingy and greedy. You know, you can call everything that. So after I threatened his queen, he played a6. I still doubled my rooks. Now the mistake that he made here, yeah, I'll still call the mistake, but was it really? Because even after I played here, I gave check. He was just blocking here. Perhaps when I get, then that means, okay, this was not really, going to be very bad. After I gave check, with my rook c2, c8, check, then he played here. He played the king f7, and then I played bishop e6, check. He played the king g6. I played bishop back f7, f5, check. He played back. We're playing Tico here. He played the king f7, played back my bishop e6. He played back his king g6. I played back. I wanted it to be a draw. And after I played f6, f5, he thought, because looked at it, he has 2 rooks and the queen. Looked at it as an added advantage, which actually he had. Then he played king. This was a mistake now. This was the end. He played king h5. Then I played g4, check. He can't play back g6 and h6. g6 is protected by, that square is protected by bishop, and g6 is protected by bishop and the dark squares there. So the only move that he had was to play his king h4. Then I played bishop f2, check. He played his king g5. Played my bishop back to e3. He played his king back to h4. Played back my bishop, checking him. Then he played his king back because he only had 2 squares. And then I looked at it to say, okay, if I give him check, if he gets, game was coming to finish here, checkmate. He as well saw it, so I moved my pawn 2 squares from h2 to h4, checking him. Check. Then he looked at it to say, okay, the game was coming to finish here. The only square that he had was playing king f4. And then that's how I retreated my rook on c3. Then he brought back his queen. This was a passive move. And then I just played my bishop here, bishop g3, checkmate, because all the squares were covered by pawns. He had no any other square that he could escape from. So all this was greedy. Because if you can just go back to how it was. Anyway, the game ended like this. He lost, even he had a queen. Because if we bring back to where the game was, like this, he would have just sacrificed. Because after liquidating here, check, rook takes rook, queen takes rook, bishop takes queen, king takes bishop. Then even when I played, one can play bishop takes a7. It was still winning for him. Good, because he had 2 pieces for a minor piece. This is actually winning, but instead he went for the he was greedy. He didn't want to sacrifice. This is how the game finished. Yes. This is how the game finished. I lowered his king from d8 to f4. You can see from d8 to f4. Throw him to my side and checkmate him. Say, can you come here? Come. I checkmate you. I think this is one of my best games ever played. Although I can't really remember the openings that I did.